a familiar feel at the top of the table over in the Bundesliga as Bayern top the charts with Dortmund and Leipzig hot pursuit. What about the champions? Where are Leverkusen? We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today is match number 4 over in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Bundesliga is right here under one Ruski. Of course, the champions currently in 5th right now as they try to make up for lost ground. But Bayern tip at the top of the table with a perfect record. 3 wins, 3 wins out of 3, with scoring 11 goals. Out of the first 3 matches. That's averaging just shy of 4 goals a match. But what about the chasing pack? We'll get into all of that in a minute. If you're new, subscribe, smash the like, and a big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons, you know who you are. And again, shout out to the new members, of course. Welcome to the party. So, without further ado, we're going to recap last weekend's action, and then we're going to kick on forward to match day number 4. Alrighty then, let's take a look back at, of course, my picks on the left, and the real deal was on the right. Dortmund ousted, I think they were previously leaders, Heidenheim, 4-2 on the night. I went with a 2-0 win. Leipzig could only muster a draw against Union Berlin. 3-1 winners in my eyes. Leverkusen did get a win, big win as well, 4-1 win over Hoffenheim on the road. I went with a 2-1 win. Freiburg did dispose of Bochum 2-1 over at their place. Wolfsburg lost to Frankie, 2-1 win in the end. I went with an 1-1 draw. Gladbach, my boys, oh goodness gracious me, 3-1 loss to Stuttgart at home. Not great. Bayern 6-1 winners over Holstein Kiel. We all predicted a win on that one, I'm sure. Augsburg 3-1 winners over St. Pauli, who are struggling. And then Mainz and Bremen, 2-1 win it was for Bremen. Those were my picks. Not great, but hey, I got a few points in the bag. Speaking of points in the bag, AC Milan are not in this because they're Italian. But Bayern atop the charts with 3 wins out of possible 3. Look at that. Just 11 goals scored, 3 goals conceded. Dortmund are hot on the heels and, of course, within striking distance of taking top points. Leverkusen all the way down to 5th with that loss against RB Leipzig still ringing in the rears. And if the season was to end today, Holstein, Kiel and St. Pauli would go down, with Bochum also in hot pursuit. Hoffenheim struggling, as are my boys Gladbach. But of course, it is still early days. Speaking of early days, it is still early days over in the Super Brew, as of course you see TAB flexing his prediction muscles up top charts there, 15.5 points, alongside the Shepherd Daddy, 13.5. Then we have Jake Harmon in there, Frosty's up there, the Kingslayer, and then Hans Wurst in the top 5 or 6. I'm there with respectable 8.5, not great, but hey, it's still early doors. Over in the main leaderboard, we do have TAB also up there. Top bins, 14 spots up to number 1. Come out of nowhere. Liam VK is down 1 to number 2. I don't know why. Alphabetical, I don't know. Russell Frost up there as well. Shepherd Daddy, Clasher Man, all up, all the big boys. I'm down in 11th, I think. Yeah, mid-table. Okay, hey, we're gonna pounce. We're gonna pounce very soon. So, will you be there? Will you see it? And if you see your name, actually smash the like, guys. Let's get the like-a-roonies up there. That's, of course, the situation in the Super Brew. Of course, we'll be continuing that this week. And speaking of how to join that, if you want to join it, have a look at the old linkage on the screen right about now. Absolutely free. Get in amongst it. I'm here. You're here. But of course, we are now looking forward to the next round of games over in the Bundesliga. And here we go. We have some absolute crackers on the agenda, including Stuttgart against Dortmund. Wow. And Bayern's trip to Bremen. That's right. So we're going to start at the top of the graphic with this coming game on Friday, Freitag to you and I, as Augsburg, that's right, take on Mainz. That is right. It's going to take place. And we're going to head over there right about now at the WWK Arena, that's right, over in Augsburg, with Jesse Torup's boys up against Bo Henriksen in the dugout. 2 Danes locking horns in the dugout. Augsburg coming at you with 58% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6 in all competitions and all venues. They sit 11th with 4 points for the campaign. Up against the Mainz side, who are struggling down 15th with just 2 points for the campaign, but suffered back-to-back defeats coming at you in this one. Now, they played 31 times, these two sides, since 2007. It's been quite tight. 14 wins for Augsburg, 13 wins for Mainz. It's been 4 draws as well between the two sides. However, the last time they played at this very venue was a 2-1 win for Augsburg. That was back in September 2023. Augsburg on the back of a 3-1 win over St. Pauli. Mainz did lose at home to Bremen most recently. The odds, 29-20 is your Augsburg. 5-2 is, of course, the draw. And we have 7-4 is your away win on this one. I am going to go with a, sitting on the fence, 1-1 draw. Let's head over to Heidenheim now as former leaders. Heidenheim take on Freiburg at the Voigt Arena. And that's right, Heidenheim managed by Frank Schmidt. Coming into this on 83% form for them. And they do come into this on the back of a defeat. They did lose to one of the heavyweights, Dortmund, most recently. Freiburg with Julian Schuster in the dugouts coming at you with 67% form for them as well. 4 times they've played since 2015. 2 wins for Freiburg, just 1 win for Heidenheim. It's been 1 draw between the two sides. And the last time they played at this very venue was a 3-2 win for Heidenheim. That was last season as Heidenheim came out of a doubleheader against Freiburg, unbeaten. Heidenheim's last match was that away loss to Dortmund. Meanwhile, Freiburg packing a 2-1 win against Bochum. The odds for this one, 70-10 is your Heidenheim, 12-5 is, of course, the draw, 6-4 is your away win. I'm leaning towards Freiburg here. Maybe the bubble has burst for Heidenheim. I'm hoping I'm wrong because they've been very refreshing for Heidenheim so far this season. Let's head over to Bremen now as Werder Bremen take on table toppers Bayern München. That's right, played 71 times these two sides since 1992. 16 wins for Bremen, 45 wins for Bayern, 10 draws as well. Bremen under Uli Werner in 8th in the table with 5 points for the campaign. Just 1 defeat in the last 5, 50% form for them over the last 6. Up against the Bayern side by Company, 6 wins on the bounce, 100% form for them. Coming at you in this one. The last time they played over at this very venue was a 4-0 win for Bremen, who won back-to-back at this very venue. However, the last time that these two sides did play in Bayern, it was a 1-0 win for Bremen, that's right, who do come into this on the back of a 2-1 win over Mainz, Bayern with that 6-1 win over Kiel. Of course, a bit of a sidebar here for Bayern taking on Zagreb in the Champions League. That may have already been happened by the time this video goes out. But the bookies, they go with on this one, 6-1 is your Bremen, 50-19 on is your Bayern, 4-1 is the draw. Going to be a convincing away win, 3-0 win. Bayern look like the real deal already. All right, let's head over to the capital now as Union Berlin take on Hoffenheim. We're going to the An der Alten Försterei as Union Berlin take on Hoffenheim. Of course, both Svensson in the dugout for Union Berlin. 58% form for them right now, unbeaten in the last 5. It looks like they are back. Last season was a bit off for them. This season they're back on it, sitting in 9th with 5 points for the campaign. Hoffenheim struggling under Pellegrino Matarazzo. Back-to-back defeats for them, but coming into this on the back of a loss to Leverkusen. Union Berlin with a 0-0 draw against Leipzig. But back-to-back clean sheets for them as well. Now, the last time they played over at this very venue was a 2-0 win for Hoffenheim. That was, of course, last season when they were dog shit, were Union Berlin. But the bookies, they go with Union Berlin, 11-10 for the victory, 5-2 is the draw, 23-10 is the away win. I'm backing the hosts, of course. Like I said, they're back. They're gonna be there in and around about top half of the table once again. Hoffenheim, I don't know what they're all about just yet. All right, let's go to Bochum now as Peter Seidler's Bochum entertain Holstein Kiel, managed by Marcel Rapp. That's right. Played 9 times these two sides since 2002. 3 wins for Bochum, 4 wins for Kiel, 2 draws as well. Bochum sitting in 16th spot at the table with 0 points up against Holstein Kiel, who are down into 18th with 0 points. However, both come into this on identical form. That's 33% form for them over the last 6. They've got a couple of wins apiece in those last 6, and they probably were DFB Pokal matches or friendlies or whatever. But last time they played at this very venue was a 2-1 win for Bochum, with the home side winning the last 4 matches, whether it's in Kiel or whether it's in Bochum. Now, the bookies will go with on this one. Where are we? 2019 on is your Bochum, 5-2 is your draw, 29-10 is your away win. It's another tight one to call here, sitting on the fence, but they might get their first points of the season, going on with a 1-1 draw. Let's head on down there to Frankfurt now as Frankie take on my boys, Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's right, played 49 times since 1992. 16 wins for Frankie, 21 wins for Gladbach, and 12 draws between the two sides. Frankfurt coming into this on 67% form for them right now. Winning 3 of the last 4. They are 6th in the table. Up against Gladbach, 2 defeats in the last 3, not great, but also 67% form over the last 6, but they're down into 13th with 3 points. A win will do nicely for Gladbach here. However, the last time they played at this very venue was a 2-1 win for Frankie, who are unbeaten against Mönchengladbach over the last 6. 3 wins and 3 draws. Gladbach did lose at home to Stuttgart most recently, with Frankie packing a 2-1 win away to Wolfsburg. The odds, Frankfurt 11-8 on for the victory, 10-3 is the away win, 29-10 is the draw. I should, and I always want to back my boys, but I can't see it here. 2-0 win, Frankfurt taking it to the house. Let's head on over to the champions now as Bayer Leverkusen take on Wolfsburg. That's right, coming out to the Bay Arena. Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso. 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They're currently 5th in the table with 6 points. Up against Ralf Hasenhüttl's Wolfsburg, that's right, 58% form for them right now. 3 wins the last 5. They sit 12th with 3 points for the campaign. Both sides have played 55 times against each other since 1997. 25 wins for Bayer Leverkusen, 20 wins for Wolfsburg. There's been 10 draws over the years. Now, last time they played, it was a 2-0 win for Leverkusen at this very venue as they did the double over Wolfsburg in the 23-24 campaign. They come into this, though, the champs, on the back of a 4-1 win over Hoffenheim. Frankfurt did beat Wolfsburg most recently over in Wolfsburg. 10-3 on is your Bayer Leverkusen. Overwhelming favours. 9-2 is the draw. 50-2 is your away win. It's going to be a home win, though. 3-1 win. I give Wolfsburg a goal at the very least, but Leverkusen should have this one on toast. All right, let's head over to Stuttgart now as Champions League bound Stuttgart take on Champions League bound Dortmund. That's right. Locking horns at the MHP Arena. Stuttgart, managed by Sebastian Hoeneß, up to 10th in the table, unbeaten now in the last 4 matches, up against the Dortmund side sitting in 2nd. 83% form under Nuri Sahin right now. 63 times they have played since 1992. 19 wins for Stuttgart. We've got 29 wins for Dortmund and there's been 15 draws between the two sides. However, Stuttgart did the treble. I say the treble over Dortmund last season, picking up successive 3 wins on the bounce. They're actually unbeaten against them over the last 4, if you include the 22-23 season, as they picked up a draw in that game. So looking to end a streak, there are Dortmund, who do come into this on the back of a 4-2 win over Heidenheim. Stuttgart scoring 7 goals in the last 2, actually 6 goals in the last 2 games combined in the league. The bookies odds for this one, we have Stuttgart 27-20 for the victory, 11-4 the draw, 9-5 Euro away win. I am sitting on the fence, 2-2 draw, but I think Dortmund will be happier. Stuttgart will see this as a missed. Let's head on over to Hamburg now as St. Pauli wrap up the weekend action up against RB Leipzig. We go to the Millerntor Stadion as St. Pauli are struggling in 17th spot with 0 points for the campaign under Alexander Blessin. 3 defeats on the spin up against the Leipzig side, who are 3rd, unbeaten in the last 5 matches, 67% form for them as well. However, the last 4 matches between these two sides go 3 wins for St. Pauli, 1 win for Leipzig. There's been no draws. Now, the last time they played at this very venue, it was a 1-0 win for St. Pauli, who've got 3 clean sheets on the bounce against Leipzig. But they come into this on the back of that 3-1 loss to Augsburg. Leipzig, they're on the back of a 0-0 draw at home to Union Berlin. So maybe a kink in their armour, perhaps. 4-1 is your St. Pauli. 20-13 on is, of course, your Leipzig. Overwhelming favours. 29-10 is the draw. I am going with the away win here. 2-0 win over in Hamburg, aka St. Pauli, to take it to the house. That completes my picks. Don't forget to, of course, get your own picks in to try and beat me in the prediction league. To do that, use this link right here. It is on the screen. And, of course, hopefully I'll see you next weekend, guys, when we review this and, of course, predict the next round of games. Until then, subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But until then, we are donezo.